Alright guys, TacticalRab here, bringing you another gameplay point out on this channel. Today we have a hardpoint gameplay here on Fringe Tournament Final, EGL Tournament, playing a team called Select Gaming from the Netherlands. This was a best of 5 matchup, Fringe hardpoint first map, then Redwood S&D, Breach Uplink, Stronghold CTF, and the last map was Evac S&D, and it's a good job that it didn't go to that because Evac's an awful map. It's incredibly random, the fact that you can wall run all the way outside the map. Good job it didn't go to that. We ended up winning 3 maps to 1. I should be bringing you the last map of this series from Kieran's perspective fairly soon. He had a really good last map, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys that. I'm going on holiday to Greece for a couple of weeks, like tomorrow as of when this video is going up. So hopefully I'll be able to bring it to you during then. I should have some time. The internet hopefully will be good enough in the hotel. You never know how it's going to be when you're going abroad. Also, obviously, COD XP is coming up in a couple of weeks, start of September. So hopefully the internet will be good enough to watch that. Hashtag green wall. So, the gameplay. I'm using the Shieva right here. Reflex, quick draw, stock, long barrel. Afterburner, fast hands, blast suppressor, and the Elgar. Elgar versus RK5, personally, Elgar's better in my opinion, at the moment at least. The RK5 can kill quicker, but the Elgar's just more consistent. So that's why I use it at the moment. You know, I just like it for respawns. In S&D I use the RK5 just because it has the potential to kill quicker. And you can sort of pick and choose your gunfights a little bit better in S&D than you can in respawn. So, you know, that's just why I like the Elgar better. Now, forward attachments on the Shieva is interesting. One of the reasons why I really like using the Shieva is because its 2-shot kill range is so good anyway. It's about 50 meters. You don't really need long barrel on it to get it any further, so you can use reflex, quick draw stock, or elo quick draw stock, whatever you prefer. I think I might switch to elo. A lot of people seem to prefer the elo on the Shieva. I've just been using the reflex for the time being. I don't really see too much problem with it. We get screwed over here because the counter UAV, our communication wasn't really that good. I really hate counter UAVs when competitive. The rule set, the CWL rule set in this game is just so broken. It's so annoying. I really hope that an Infinity War get it right, and they just have some permanent bans, and we don't have any problems with stupid rule sets and that where counter UAVs are allowed. And I mean, Sixth Sense and awareness, or the Sixth Sense tracker used to be allowed in competitive. Awareness is still allowed, that you have to ban out if you're playing arena, and even sometimes when we're playing GBs in the CWL rule set, people will use it. It's like, you know, what can you do? But yeah, long barrel on the Shieva is only something I'll use on this map, pretty much just Fringe hardpoint. Because I play the anchor role, I need to be sitting back quite a lot. I play a lot from top barn and from white truck, and also down trains. The length of tracks is pretty much 50 meters. It's pretty much the 2-shot kill range is the length of tracks. So if you're a little bit further back than the end, and if the enemies are, say, peaches, then it'll be a 3-shot kill. So that's why I use long barrel. There's a couple of times this gameplay, maybe not so much this gameplay as usual, but there are some times where you will get 2-shot kills where you wouldn't otherwise. And if I wasn't to run long barrel, I'd probably be running some equipment, either like a stun, or actually I think we ban out stun. So I'd be running like a nade and an EMP, or sometimes I'd run trophies if they're using them too much. But that's pretty much the class setup. And the Shieva, yeah, it just works really well on this map. Fringe is just a fantastic map for the Shieva. You can also use the M8 and all the other guns, but Shieva is my personal preference at the moment on this map. So, Kieran spawns out over at back silo, so we have a perfect opportunity to pinch here. The middle hill is one that you can usually see contested for a lot of time, but on the second and third rotations of hills, you can actually hold down quite a lot of time on it if you get the whole of mid-map control. So we end up getting the 3 down and take him out pretty much here. They call him the lightning strike, which unfortunately messes up our setup a little bit. And I keep an eye on tracks, and the same guy that I killed when I was flanking, he tries to flank again. And we get killed because they actually spawn back silo. The spawns in mid-map hill are pretty weird. You see this guy comes from top barn. You pretty much spawn all over the place. The ideal setup is to control the entirety of mid-map all the way to front barn where I am, and then have someone white truck. And then they'll either spawn back fences near back barn, or they'll spawn out peach, or they'll be back silo. And from white truck, that's relatively easy to hold all those positions. So that's the ideal setup. I think we got a call that someone was going around the back, but he didn't end up being here. And this is one of the problems we have with this hill. We focus so much on the back spawns. This kid absolutely one-burst me. It's incredible. We focus so much on getting those back alley spawns, which tend to be preferred, that we don't put enough emphasis on actually getting in the hill, and we end up losing initial time. This is quite a good play here. I pushed out of the hill to challenge this guy. Most people, when they're challenging the hill, don't expect you to run out and challenge them. So I think I caught that guy a little bit off guard. Wallbang right there, that's where you need to wallbang if they're on white truck. It can work really well with some guns. If they're a little bit weak, you can wallbang people relatively well. So anyway, we rotate to this hill, and there's no reason for me not to play Godspot here. I get destroyed by this guy. I was also getting shot in the side, and we lose spawns pretty much because I think Tremor dies. We didn't rotate very well anyway, and I get a nice two-shot on that guy. And I don't know, I lose the gunfight in the back because I didn't play Godspot. There was no reason for me not to play at the back, but these guys' setup sort of fails a little bit, and we actually managed to break back in. That was the key moment of the game, because we were down like 80 points, and we just lost Granny's rotation, and we just broke in. So at this point, we're pretty confident that we're going to be able to take this. We get the guy Globe. I believe Seb dies Tin right here, so I come over and help with Tin. This hill is literally all about rotations and communication. So right now, I end up in hill, and someone picks up Tin, and obviously if you're in hill with a Shieva, you want to be holding down mid map. So I'm just looking mid. It's always a two-shot kill. I think Tremor picks up my Tin, and I'm getting pretty close to streaks here. Get another assist, pick up the lightning strike. So that's the thing on Granny's hill. You can often get streaks if you play it smart enough. In a hill, around a hill, you can often pick up streaks. I used the lightning strike here to get the Hellstorm, and it maybe wasn't the best use of the lightning. I should have maybe waited a little bit to try and get a counter UAV assist to get my Hellstorm, because I was only 10 points off, and then use them when I needed them a little bit more. But 7 kill on trade, managed to get 4 down trade kills. I kill one from back alley and call out the guy going Tin, and I end up watching pinch here. So as your role as an AR, positioning, as I say here, I changed the tag from movement to positioning. I feel like that's more relevant nowadays, and me and Seb managed to pick up a 2-piece each to bring us really back into the game here. We're back within like 15 points, and I kill another guy top barn. And as you can tell, I don't need to play in hill. There's no need for me to stack up in the hill if I can watch the angles. The idea on tracks is that you push out both sides. You push out where I was over by barn, and then you also try and have control of peaches, and then they will spawn all the way out back alley, and you can actually hold an awful lot of time. We nearly take the lead, but we're still down by 4 points here, but we really made a good comeback into this game. This is where long barrel really comes in. You see how I two-shot that guy all the way along the top, and pick up the second guy with the LCAR. I don't know if I'd got that kill as consistently with the RK5. That's why I really like this class. And this is what I'm talking about with controlling the whole of mid-map. So we have front barn control, and I'm white truck, and they're just spawning peaches right now, and I'm just killing them as they come up spawn. I end up getting really weak, and then a guy comes from back silo and jumps over the wall. But we get a lot of time off this mid-hill just because we had control of the whole of mid-map. We're trading really efficiently right now to get the 10 best out of the hill, and the Shieva is just shredding. If your shot is on point with the Shieva, it's just devastating. Like, I'm pretty much not missing at this point. I should maybe have challenged the hill here. Again, we put a lot of emphasis on getting spawns for auto, which I don't think we should do personally, because auto, it's a pretty big hill, but it doesn't matter too much where you're spawning, whether you're spawning tin or whether you're spawning back alley. Back alley tends to be preferred because you're a little bit closer to the hill, but tin spawns are sort of better because you get the spawns for next hill at Granny's. So unfortunately they call in another bloody counter UAV, which is really annoying, but we just have to communicate well enough. I'm holding tin at the moment and managed to destroy this guy tin, and I heard Tremor behind me and I nearly destroyed him because of the counter UAV. I end up dying here, but we end up taking the lead. Now what should I do here? 20 out of 28 seconds remaining needed for us to win. Do I go to auto and try and win, or do I rotate? The answer is is, what am I saying? Rotate, always rotate in these situations. It's just not worth the risk. Grannies is such a big hill, it's so relatively easy to hold, that if they were to just contest auto hill and we were to be on like 249 and then they pick up the full 60 on grannies, then it would be like a 10-point game. So we play for spawns here. I get all the way in the back. Unfortunately, this guy Norlax picks me out the back, and I should really focus with Kieran here on picking the guy out the back of the map, and we sort of give up hill for a little bit. So we give up like 15 seconds of potential hill time just to get the guy out the back of the map, which can be done, but the problem now is that because we gave up so much initial hill time, I was too aggressive on getting into the hill and I should have held tin, and it ends up being a bit of a scrappy last hill here. We end up holding it out, pick up this guy and get traded, but really we should have had a better consolidated setup. The guy managed to get to the back of the map, the Norlax guy, and he picked up a couple of kills before dying, which really gave them a chance in this match, but we ended up closing it out, make the comeback. Tremor has a great match. I have a really good game. I think I go 47 and 26 or something along those lines here. So yeah, we were pretty hyped. This is the first map of the best of 5. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you learned something new, leave a comment down below or something good. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, and see you next time.
Damn, I got in tougher fights as a kid.
Mm.